Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ignis. Today, this is me trying out my new phone for the first time. Miniworld Block Art runs much better on it. I have the new version, so it makes stuff better now. And now I can finally do triggers. But I wanted to show you how to make your own chase scene, kinda, in this game. Frick, no, I reset it because I was in survival mode and I was going off. I was testing the chase scene and it fricked up. Whatever. But basically, I'm almost done making this super cool boss scene for the fight the same minion, because if you thought that tower was in the middle of the harass floating you already know I'm talking about harass floating islands was the last thing. It's not. In fact, what I'm building right now may not even be the last thing in and of itself. I don't know. I don't want to stop continuation on this map ever. Everything has to come to an end, so this map will have to come to an end, or else I won't be able to add the final boss or like the Shadow Heart without people leaving. Because if you remember, guys, if you keep adding stuff to your Miniworld maps, it's eventually gonna take hours and hours to beat it. In fact, my map before in fact, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't even be able to beat my map without some sort of like you wouldn't be able to ever get to the end. So I had to give it unlimited time. And even if it did, then that's over 1 hour of playing one map in Miniworld Block Art. Like, I don't think anybody playing this game has the patience to sit for 1 hour to play a map. But anyways, I will be showing off a super cool chase scene that I'm building. Or the type of whatever. Please stop. You know, that's where it goes for this. Oh wait, what did I just say? Oh, I was just talking about the little fences at the door. I'm not really gonna show anything from the tower. I just wanted to showcase this chase scene, just to make sure everybody else could make their own little chase scene if they wanted to. Very considerate of me, if I say so myself. Man, it's hard to not think of the same minion thingy when I see these models now. I should probably change the minion knife drops, but hopefully it's working this time, because sometimes the triggers glitch out a bit and they don't work. And also, I'm playing background audio videos, but I think I need to pause it. Yeah, I was playing a video for background audio, but anyway, let's get into the freaking tutorial. It's been 3 minutes. As you can see here, oh, it's fricked. It is fricked. Whatever. Anyways, so basically, the first step you're gonna need to do if you want to make a chase scene is, if you're not able to use triggers, you can most likely just put some sort of mob down, or maybe, and then probably use some like Lithium, so when the player steps, they can like trigger a mob to spawn or something. That really shouldn't be that complicated. But anyways, if you can use triggers, you can make a lot more better cutscene in this Miniworld Block Art game. Why did I say it like that? So basically, oh yeah, you can also make basically full-on boss fights, but whatever. Ignore that for now. So basically, the first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make it so that a spawn point is there for the creature to spawn. I don't know why this wasn't the first thing I made, but because these are not in order, guys. Do not try to take these in order. If they're not in order, that's not how chasing will work. So you're gonna need to put some sort of chasing trigger. And when the player steps there, maybe some sort of mob will spawn behind them and they gotta run. Because if you make the mobs like fast and you just put one mob down there, so when the player enters, they'll have to fight the mob. The mob will most likely just move out of position and then end up being like in front of the player or in some place it's not supposed to be, and the chasing will either not trigger or just be unfair. In which then people either cheat and beat it unfairly and then use the cheat for maybe the rest of the map, or people will just leave because you can't get past the boss. So if you have the ability to use some sort of triggers or Lithium to do that, Lithium's a lot easier if you're not cool with triggers. But basically, this is the trigger used for it. When any player enters, area. I actually think I have a blank trigger somewhere in here that I can use to control you guys. There we go, blank trigger. This trigger is supposed to be something, but I'll use it in the tutorial right now. So basically, for the first step, you're going to want to click on player, and you're going to want to click player enters area, which is right here. If you guys can see it. Basically, I'll be clicking. Hopefully you guys see where the player enters area is. I'm going to move it to the middle of the screen. Right next to player leaves area, armor change, and backpack items. It's in the same. It's in that row. It's in the first column. If you still don't get it, and you're gonna wanna click on. You're gonna wanna click on. You can add some sort of condition, such as the player needs to be holding an item for the chasing the trigger, or the player it needs to be about this time in the map or something, or the player needs to have a specific number of items to trigger the combo or something like that. We don't really need to add it, but what you want to make the action is you want to go to creature, and the first thing you'll see is create creature. So click on create creature, and I'm going to go to the second trigger so you can see here. You basically, when it says create creature, you'll be able to click on create on the. It'll show the thing right here, as you can see here, right where and click. Right here and so I'm just gonna there goes that. Basically that'll pop up, and then when you press that, it'll give you this interface, and basically you'll need to choose the creature you want to trigger to spawn. You can to do that you need to go into template library, function library, and other stuff are pretty complicated, and they're probably useless compared to the trigger. I don't know why you wouldn't just use this, but basically you can choose whatever creature you want. There. I chose a melee version of my creature that I want to be chasing the player down the alleyway. And you must create a location where they will spawn, and then go to the choose location. Basically, it's the yellow locations. Like, I can't jump. I literally can't jump. Oh my gosh. Like the little yellow things you just saw, though, that's basically what. Hey, I could have just clicked on this. Yeah, basically these are what the locations are. You can make a location by going into this little thing right here, and as you can see, when I click on anywhere on the screen, it will create a location. Basically, creature spawns in location. If the creature is now just to be aware, the middle of the creature spawns in here. So if the creature is 3x3, you'll need to be created 3x3 space around the area. If the creature is like 2 blocks tall, do the same thing. It won't spawn the creature at like the bottom or anything. No, the creature spawns in the center. If you don't get what I mean, basically here's like a little 3 block tall creature. As you can see, the creature's center is right there. It spawns the creature. Okay, I think you get it at this point. I don't need to waste any more time with that. But basically, yeah, it will spawn the creature. Now make sure the creature's fast if you're gonna, because in a lot of cases the creatures aren't fast and you can outrun them. And then if you manage to outrun the creature, then they'll stop chasing you. And the signs don't really work properly for chase scenes. I'm pretty sure creatures don't attack you when they're using the signs. So the signs don't really do much. Like occasionally they may like redirect the creature, but the signs are actually pretty pointless. In fact, they're actually pretty buggy in this game. They usually don't work. In fact, they usually make the creature stop if it's pointing in the same direction the creature is going. So signs may not work if your game is a bit buggy. I know a few people have a bunch of bugs in this game. But anyways, that's essentially it. You just need to make sure the creature is fast enough to catch up with the player, or say the player is able to eat sprint roast chicken in this case. So you want to make the creature extra fast so it can keep up with the speed of the roast chicken. Frick. And yeah, that's basically it. If you're looking for a more simple chase scene, such as the Huggy Wuggy chase scene on the Huggy Wuggy map in this game. However, if you want more drastic chase scenes, like this little vent chasing scene I have here. Yes, this is supposed to be a vent, which is why there are holes in the ground. I would put like lava here and a bunch of stuff, but this is a vent. It's supposed to be like supplying air, because you know that in Miniworld, Harass actually does have air. It's just a little bit of air. It's not enough to like supply you properly to like run fast and stuff. So they have to put all these air ducts in because this area is super deep underground, like super duper deep. Well, not really super duper deep because it's actually just at the surface. And if you dig down under the tower, yes, this is underneath the tower. And yes, it is underneath the floating island, but whatever. So basically, if you dig down, you'll find it, but you won't be able to enter on it until you get to the point on the tower. Anyways, enough of that crap. Now, if you're wondering how I managed to do this parkour, well, you're actually not gonna be able to do stuff like Well, you're gonna be quite surprised at how simple it actually is to do something like this in this game. I'm gonna need to enter the game again because the trigger is not working. Let me just do that real quick so my triggers are working. And then show you. But basically, if your creature's already big enough, if your creatures are okay, by the way, if you're wondering what this is where the player spawns. If your creature's already big enough, it'll be able to just walk over those holes and you won't need anything. Oh yeah, As you can see there, my creature is 3x3, so it was able to walk over that hole. So if the creature's like aggro enough, which is basically meaning that it doesn't have like a view range of like 1, then it will actually just hover over the holes if it can, if it's big enough to. Now if the hole isn't big enough, well, and by big enough hole I mean like any sort of hole that they can like walk on. In this case, he'll just kind of go here, and since he's like 3x3, he'll just walk over this. He just not go in the middle, but sometimes they do fall, so make sure you add enough like support to make sure they don't fall in, because they will occasionally fall in the little 3x3 holes, which is the maximum size you can make something in this game. Anyways, so basically, if there's a hole that the creature won't jump over, such as if there's lava there, where it won't walk over lava, because in this game, creatures don't walk over lava or water in modes and stuff. I'm pretty sure they don't. Probably on Harass or something, but. So basically, what you want to do is you want to put a location there, but you actually want to put it like a block back from the hole, as you can, in some cases, as you can kind of see. Don't mind these. These are just there to make sure that my creature can catch up with the player, because it will need to meet at the end for a very special thing to happen. So basically, you want to put it a block behind, or because sometimes they don't even go like right next to it. Sometimes they just stay here, which is a little bit of glitch. But if your creature decides that it's not gonna do that, if your creature is like a specific size of where it like doesn't do that, then you can feel free to do this like this. But basically, what you want to do with this trigger is basically click on enter area. You're gonna need enter area for a lot of this. So basically, what you want to do here is I already showed you how to enter the area right here. What you want to do here is you want to make sure that the creature in event will move towards a specific direction. Where is the empty trigger? Where is the empty trigger? There it is. So basically, let me click on actions possible. Make the creature move towards this direction. As you can see here, I'm hovering my boat bison over it. It's right here. And then when you do that, you should be able to... Where is it? It should be able to get an option here. Then you click on front or whatever direction I guess you want your creature to go in. But I guess in most cases it would be front. If you want your creature to go front... Well, your creature has to go front if it's gonna be a chase scene, because it will be chasing the player and you don't want it to freaking go backwards or sideways and like mess up its direction or something. Because yes, if it's hitting against the wall, it's most likely going to get slowed down or something. So click on front. Makes sense. Basically, it's dashing towards the player now because it's front. And you can select the speed. Make sure the speed isn't too fast because even the simple speed of 3 could sometimes be super unfair because sometimes it just bolts towards you. When I say bolts towards you, I mean sometimes you literally can't even see it. So, however, there's one good thing to this. They will hover over holes and stuff. They will hover over the holes if you're not choosing to jump over it. They will zoom past over it. Now, however, I don't need any of those triggers because, as I said earlier, my creature is big enough to walk over these holes because it's big. It's 3x3. So yeah, that should help solve your problem of if you want to do parkour. Although you will need to do a lot of testing to see exactly how much you need to make the speed of your creature dashing needs to be down. I keep checking my thing for my files notification. I forgot this is in my old phone with like 0 storage. Whatever. And now, so basically, yeah, you can choose 0.5 and like 0.71 or something, stuff like that. You can choose those kind of speeds. So you can choose the 0.0 speeds and stuff. 7.17, whatever. Okay, so now that you're able to do parkour, is there really anything else? Well, quite actually, yes. You see, if the player... You always have to do testing with this, because if the players are able to outrun the creature, then chances are players are gonna outrun the creature, which is why sometimes you can put in extra little dashes that have no purpose to be there other than to help the creature catch up with the player or to create some sort of suspense. Like the player has to walk over all the way over here because there's a super slow creature charging up. Like, it's a super slow creature, but once it reaches to this point, boom, it zooms across and it smacks into the wall, and it kills the player if it touches them along the way. So it charges towards you. So it's charging. You can also add a bunch of special effects as of towards charging into the wall, but I actually tried to kind of do that a little bit, where it would enter here and it would zoom into the wall if you were there, and you take damage and you die instantly. But it didn't work so well. Whatever. You can make those kind of special effects if you want to, but that's for another video. Here, as you can see, another random little dash, so that it can help catch up to the player. So, now your chase scene's basically complete, right? Why are you still talking, idiot? Well, now something you probably don't see is that this whole thing is actually covered in one big region. Because, as you can see there, that's the... Oh no, that's not the region, that's the little end part. If you're wondering what this end part is, the creature will fall down here and it will turn into the actual boss. As you can see there, the whole thing is covered in a singular little area. As you may have seen there for a split second. So thanks YT, why is this thing covered in a... So why is this whole thing covered? I'm gonna see, I'm pretty sure it's covered. Well, let me tell you, it's covered because you will need a specific trigger to stop people from placing blocks. Yes, you may not have thought about that, but if there are any sort of blocks on your map that you're making, like it's a map like mine and people can mess with blocks and stuff. If your map allows people to place blocks and like to get blocks in their inventory, you're gonna need this trigger. So cover up the whole chase scene in a area, or I guess a region, as the game calls it. Yeah, these little blue square things that match up like this and stuff. But basically, what was that? Why did I do that? That was so cringy. That was so cringy. Why did I do that? Whatever. So basically, cover the whole thing in a region and follow my trigger instructions. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I saw it right there. Yes. Okay, so you're gonna go here to event, and you're gonna go to blocks, basically. I don't think I can trigger it. Oh, wait, no, wait, I can just do this. Go to blocks. Click on when be created. Now you can't edit this. You actually cannot edit this, so there's no need to mess with that. When any block is being created, clear blocks on event position. Now what does this mean exactly? Well, event, this little event position, you need to... Oh frick, I think I messed something up. Hold on. But it's working. Oh, whatever. Oh yeah, you need to make sure type of block and events is Okay, so there's I think I just glitched out for a second. Not really like glitched out, but I think I just messed up for a second. I forgot how to do this trigger. So basically you wanna go to conditions. You need to go to conditions. Hopefully nobody has clicked off by now, but you need to go to conditions. You need a condition for this. And so basically click in type of block and event. I'm pretty sure that should be in... No, you actually need to click it. It'll be air block at first, but you'll need to click type of block and event, I'm pretty sure. Leave the yes. I'm pretty sure yes is default, so let's leave it on yes. And then here you will be able to choose your area. And choose the area that is covering up the area that you just made that covers up the entire chase scene. Basically, this will prevent players from being able to place blocks down to block off the creature. A little thing that we sometimes forget. As you can see there, it breaks all blocks, including lava, water. I'm pretty sure maybe even these it breaks. Probably even breaks those. Whatever. I stepped on the... Great, now you're here as well again. As you can see, the trigger is very sensitive. You'll need to, if you want your players to be alert about that, just add a little sound effect, and I'll show you how to do that in later tutorials. But just add a little sound effect if you want to alert your players that something's literally running behind them. Straight and get them. Basically, that's that trigger. And one last little trigger that I think you may want to do to make this map better is make a little my cool map better is what to do. Oh wait, no, there's actually nothing else to this video. What I wanted to say is that any blocks placed in creation mode, they do not get deleted when the thing starts. They don't get deleted, as you can see. It only deletes the blocks placed by the players. It will not delete the ones placed down in creation mode. So don't worry about that. No, you can still place blocks in the trigger event. I mean, the chase scene. And so yeah, that will be my trigger tutorial video. I'm gonna go back to watching my YouTube and working on this. And I will basically see you guys next time. That's it for the tutorial. You can stick by if you want to see me test out the chase scene and show you the full chase scene, and like I guess try to make the chase scene full. Because as I said, you will need a lot of testing for this, but you can leave now if you want to. It's just boring content after this and stuff. Chocolate bunny. Yeah, there are glitches like that. I don't know why that happened, but it does. It's a bit weird. But I'll just show you guys the full chase scene, and I managed to get it, probably. Oh yeah, by the way, one more important detail, hopefully you haven't clicked off as yet. One more important little detail, you need to make sure that your creature died. You'll probably find this out on your own if you somehow didn't watch to this point. Most likely a lot of people clicked off. But if you're watching to this point, congratulations, you are golden. Anyways, thank you for watching. And peace out.